The commodities trading industry is a diverse field that suits a whole lot of skills and preferences. Today, let's talk about career opportunities in the commodities ecosystem. Welcome to another episode of LCFE Market Plus. My name is Joy Osamjame. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back. If you just joined us, it's LCFE Market Plus, discussing career opportunities in the commodities market. On set with me is the acting head of operations for the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, Nkechi Obi. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Thank you.
I always have trust me.
You have to be back.
Thank you. Now, what is the commodities market and why is it important for the economy? Let's even start from there.
The commodities market. It is the bedrock of any nation, is the bedrock of any economy. I keep saying it every room I walk into. Commodities are all around us, everywhere. You can't go about doing anything without commodities. Is it the cotton? Is it the meat that we eat, the food we cook, the water all around us? Everything is a commodity. It sponsors all the industries, the manufacturing industry up to the service industry. Commodities are all around us. So when we're talking about the importance of commodities, it is literally our entire existence as a nation. So it's important. If you take out commodities, there's a vacuum. There's nothing left. So the commodities market is definitely important.
So it's right to say no commodities, no economy.
No commodities, no economy.
All right, so that's our slogan for the day. Okay, now let's talk about major career opportunities that people can find in this sector. Are there any?
Perfect question. And I know that when we hear, because commodities, one of the first things you hear about the commodities market is agriculture. And let me just give our viewers like 2 seconds. When you think about agriculture, the first thing on your mind is
Tomatoes.
Exactly, and farming. So you're thinking about one man somewhere in the bush with one hoe and his small plot of land, looking dirty, and that has been the whole narrative of the commodities career ecosystem over the years. And there's a need to change it. There's a need to rebrand it because the sector is huge. The sector is so huge, and the commodities market has a series of value chains. Okay, there's production, processing, refining, so many aspects, logistics, there's technology, there's research, there's the financial aspects when you're doing market trends and things like that. There's so many aspects where you can play in. So to start listing out all the career opportunities are endless. So even if you just start with the farming, the production aspect, for example, we know that the role now that robotics is playing in farming. We've seen where drones come into play. We've seen soilless farming. There are people who specialize in these things. So you that you're studying agric in school, you are not just coming out to be just another farmer. And farmers are extremely important, but the opportunities are endless for you. There's the involvement of AI. There is the aspect of creating a community of farmers for data collation. There's research, there's mapping. Too many.
I love the part where you mentioned if you are studying agric in school, because that is a problem right now in agricultural faculties and universities. So many agric students feel like they are disadvantaged. Maybe they just throw you away to study agric because there's no cost to give you again. And so many of them get to find the essence of why they are studying agriculture probably at the 400 level, which is kind of late. So you can start changing that narrative even for your first year.
Yes.
Now, to explore in the commodities market, what are some major skills that people will need, most especially the youths will need?
Okay, so one good thing for you would be research. but your ability to research and keep information organized, and read data and be able to interpret data. It helps in all aspects. It doesn't matter what aspects you're talking about in the value chain. So for example, let's look at production. You know that you cannot just plant every seed in every soil. There's the aspect where people do soil testing, where they check the moisture content, the moisture levels. They know what time of the seasons. There are people who study the weather and things like that. But research is basically at the bedrock of it, because the data that comes out, some people at the back end, they've done research. They've gone to take measurements at different places. They've put together the documents that you can now read. So thank God to the new big brother on the block, GPT. you don't even have to stress yourself so much by go to the library. You could just put in the information. And I know that there's a lot of backlash now with AI, but it gives you a lot of information at your fingertips, and then that helps you, a smart person now, not a lazy person, will help you sit down, read the information. Okay, what does this mean for my area, for my sector? So I say that I want to make maize production better in Nigeria. What are the problems with maize production in Nigeria? Is it a species issue? Is it a this issue? Is it a weather issue? Is it a climate issue? Do we need more research to go into it? Once you start reading, you start saying, okay, these are the problems. Okay, this is where I can start putting a solution. And I love the fact that young people these days are creating so many digital products to solve so many problems. But if you are not a researcher, you wouldn't know what problem you're trying to solve. So research is usually the first thing that I'll tell you to have as someone coming into this space, because there's a lot to understand, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to read.
And the fact that the market is changing every time.
It is changing. It is changing.
Now, talking about the market and its trend, does it affect job opportunities in this ecosystem too?
So what I would say is, affect, I like to use the word because it can be both negative and positive. I like to look at it from the positive opportunities. I'll see that it creates opportunities. I've been talking about the involvement of technology so far. There are so many young people these days doing amazing things in the space of agri with technology. And I'll say that for this episode, maybe let's just dwell on agri for a bit. Because when we're talking about the commodities ecosystem, there's solid minerals, there's the oil and gas sector. But for this session, we'll dwell a little bit on the agri sector. And there are so many young people. If you just go on Instagram, LinkedIn, you'll see the amazing things young people, 19, 20-year-olds, are doing with technology to solve problems within the agro space. Right, so it's creating room and opportunities for you. Sit down and say, okay, what is the problem? Where can I play? Okay, am I even interested? Really? Because that's the first thing. Your interest has to be there, because you said that, they threw me in agric. If they threw you in agric and you just decide, okay, let me remain thrown in agric and then let me just come out and go about and look for what I'll do, you're not likely to be an innovator in this space. So we're talking to people who are passionate about agric and who are looking for how to create something unique. And just like you now, you've been able to merge agro and media together. That is an innovative solution, because people need to have this information. So for you out there, the advances in the commodity space, what it's doing is creating opportunity for you. It is not a negative thing. The opportunities are endless. If you just put it on there, okay, what are the different career options in the commodity space? You will see maybe 100 or 120 different opportunities. So what I say is, it's creating opportunities. You just find out where you fit in.
Just find a problem you can solve. Now, before we go, I need one word for our youth out there, most especially our youth. I'm really concerned about our youth because they determine the next generation, right? Tell us one word. What advice do you have to give for youth who are seeking a career path in the commodities market?
Bear youth. Let me put it like that. I know that the economy seems to be one that requires a lot of effort to get results, but don't relent. it's always good for us to see what's happening in the global community. It gives us, you don't necessarily have to start from scratch. An idea that you have, I can guarantee you that there is something similar to that that's available for you to just use as a basis and expand from there, like a case study. I know that the economy may be putting a lot of pressure on you, but don't give up. Don't give up. Do the research, understand the problems and the areas that you want to solve, and you'll be able to be successful. Trust me.
All right. Now, when you see Nkechi speaking, that should be an inspiration to you. She's young and she's doing amazingly well in the commodities market. It means that there is hope for someone.
Well, there's definitely hope for everybody.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us again today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Welcome. Now, till I come your way same time next week, do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's not all. Turn on your notification button so you always get notified whenever we post anything on the platform. Do have a great week. Bye for now.